My fiancé posted, "Last night of freedom," with photos from a club, sitting on another man's lap. I commented, "First night of freedom, actually." Then I changed my relationship status and tagged her dad. What happened next made local news. I, 29 male, was supposed to be working late Thursday night. My fiancée Brianna, 27, told me she was having a low-key bachelorette with her bridesmaids, just dinner and maybe some wine at her friend Chloe's place. Wedding was in 9 days. Around 11 p.m., I'm wrapping up a project when my phone starts buzzing. Instagram notifications. Brianna posted to her story, "Last night of freedom, bitches." The photo? Her straddling some dude's lap at what was clearly a club, not Chloe's apartment. His hands were on her waist. She was kissing his neck. I sat there staring at my phone for a solid minute. Then more photos rolled in, her grinding on him doing body shots off her bridesmaids cheering them on. The last one, them making out, full tongue, his hand up her dress. The caption, "What happens at bachelorette stays at bachelorette." Yeah, except when you post it on social media. I screenshot everything. Then I commented on the last photo, "First night of freedom, actually, wedding's off." Changed my relationship status to single. And here's the kicker. I tagged her dad, Raymond. Why her dad? Because Raymond paid for the entire wedding. $80K. Venue, catering, the works. And he specifically told Brianna no wild bachelorette party because his business partners and their families would be at the wedding. Man owns 3 car dealerships and has a reputation to maintain. Within 5 minutes, my phone exploded. Brianna calling, her friends calling, random numbers I didn't recognize. I turned it off and went home. Next morning, I wake up to someone laying on my doorbell. It's Brianna's mom, Denise, and she's got Brianna with her. Bri looks rough, makeup smeared, still in her club dress, crying. "How dare you humiliate my daughter like that?" Denise screams. "She humiliated herself, I just pointed it out." Brianna tries the tears. "Baby, it meant nothing. It was just fun. All brides do this." All brides make out with random dudes and post it online? You're overreacting. It was just dancing. I pull up the screenshots on my phone. This is just dancing? Denise actually gasps when she sees the hand up the dress photo. Even she can't defend that. "Delete those right now," Denise demands. "The wedding is in 9 days." "What wedding?" That's when Brianna drops the act. "You already paid for everything. You can't cancel now. Do you know how this will make me look?" There it is. Not "I'm sorry," not "I made a mistake," just worried about how she'll look. That's Raymond's problem, not mine. He paid for it all, remember? You insisted Daddy handle everything. Denise's face goes white. The deposits, non-refundable, all of them. They left after Denise threatened to sue me for emotional damages. Good luck with that. But here's where it gets insane. 3 hours later, there's a news van outside my apartment. Local news. Apparently, Brianna went straight to Channel 7 with a sob story about how I publicly shamed her and ruined her life over innocent bachelorette party fun. They interviewed her on the noon news. She wore this conservative outfit, no makeup, crying about how I betrayed her trust by weaponizing social media against her. She actually said I was controlling and abusive for not letting her have one night of harmless fun with her girlfriends. The reporter ate it up. The segment was titled, "Groom's Social Media Revenge Goes Too Far?" Yeah, I was the bad guy for calling off my wedding after catching my fiancée with another man's tongue down her throat. Update 1. The news segment backfired spectacularly. See, Brianna forgot one crucial detail. The internet exists. Within hours, someone found her Instagram posts. She deleted them, but screenshots are forever, and posted them in the comments of the news station's Facebook post. The comments were brutal. Harmless fun? She was basically dry humping him. She posted it public and he's wrong for responding? Play stupid games? Channel 7 really ran this without fact-checking? But the best part? The guy from the club saw the news segment. His name is Trent, and he's married. His wife saw the broadcast, recognized him, and went nuclear on their joint Facebook. Trent's wife posted everything. Apparently, Brianna gave him her number. They'd been texting for 2 days. She sent him nudes. He sent pics. She told him she was in an open relationship and her wedding was just for show because her fiancé was rich. Rich? I'm a project manager at a tech company. I do fine, but rich? That's hilarious. Raymond called me that afternoon. First time we'd ever talked one-on-one without Brianna there. Son, I need to know, did she really do what those photos show? I sent him everything. Long silence. Then, I'm pulling the entire wedding fund. Every penny I can get back, I'm taking. The rest, she can figure out. Raymond, you don't have to. Yes, I do. I raised her better than this. Her mother enabled this behavior for too long. I'm done. Later that day, Brianna tried a new approach. She showed up with her bridesmaids, Chloe, Madison, and Jackie. They stood in my hallway like some kind of intervention squad. We need to talk about your toxic masculinity, Chloe starts. My what now? You're punishing Bray for expressing her sexuality, Madison adds. It's 2024. Women are allowed to have fun. She can have all the fun she wants, just not as my fiancé. Jackie tries the guilt trip. Do you know how many people already bought plane tickets? My grandma is flying in from Florida. Sounds like a personal problem. Then Brianna goes full psycho. If you don't take me back, I'll tell everyone you hit me. Dead silence. Even her friends look shocked. Bri? Chloe whispers, you can't say things like that. Why not? He's ruining my life. I deserve. I pull out my phone and start recording. Say that again, on camera. She storms off. Her friends follow, but Madison stops and whispers, for what it's worth. I told her not to post those photos. The news did a follow-up segment that evening. This time they had Trent's wife on. She brought receipts, the texts, the photos, everything. The narrative changed real quick from controlling groom to cheating bride caught red-handed. Brianna's Instagram went private, then deleted. Her Facebook? Gone. But she wasn't done. Update 2, y'all. This woman lost her entire mind. First, she tried to salvage the wedding. Since daddy cut her off, she created a GoFundMe. Help me save my dream wedding after public humiliation. She raised $47. Someone donated $2 with the comment, for therapy. Then she pivoted. If she couldn't have the wedding, she'd take everything else. She started telling people we had a verbal agreement that I'd pay her back for the emotional labor she put into our relationship. 3 years of supporting me, apparently valued at $50K. When that didn't work, she went after my job. Emailed my boss claiming I was harassing her and creating a hostile work environment. We don't even work together. My boss, who'd seen the news coverage, forwarded me the email and said, you dodged a missile, not a bullet. But the peak insanity came Thursday. I'm at the grocery store when I get a call from my apartment complex. Someone tried to break into my unit. Security caught them. It was Brianna and some guy I'd never seen before. She told security she was my wife, not even fiancée anymore, wife, and lost her key. The guy was supposedly a locksmith she'd hired, except he was just her cousin Derek with a crowbar. Security had already called the cops. I pressed charges for attempted breaking and entering. At the station, she played every card. I left important medication inside. She's never taken medication. My grandmother's ashes are in there. Both grandmothers are alive. He stole my emotional support animal. We have no pets. The cop taking her statement looks so tired. Ma'am, you just gave 3 different reasons. Because I'm traumatized. Derek, meanwhile, threw her under the bus immediately. She said it was her apartment and she'd pay me $500 to get her stuff back. I didn't know about any of this drama. The security footage was damning. She clearly tried to pick the lock first, then called Derek with the crowbar. Premeditated attempted B&E. Her mom bailed her out that night and called me screaming about pressing charges against family. Denise, we're not family. Your daughter made sure of that when she tongued another man. It was a mistake. Haven't you ever made a mistake? Sure. Proposing to her was apparently a huge one. She hung up on me. But remember Trent's wife from earlier? She reached out to me through Facebook. Turns out, Brianna was still texting Trent, even after everything exploded, sending him photos, begging him to leave his wife, saying they were meant to be, and their meeting was fate. Trent's wife was building a harassment case. She asked if I wanted to combine evidence. Absolutely. Then Friday, the day before what would have been our wedding, Brianna made one last play. She showed up at my work, in a wedding dress. The wedding dress. The one that cost $8K that her daddy bought. She stood in our lobby, full veil and everything, crying and begging me to remember our love. Security escorted her out, but not before everyone got photos and videos. Someone set it to sad violin music and it went viral on TikTok. 2.3 million views. The comments were savage. The mascara tears really sell the crazy. This is why we don't ignore red flags. Bro dodged a nuclear warhead. My favorite, imagine being the other dude watching this like. Final update. The wedding day came and went. I spent it at a bar with my boys, watching football and eating wings. Best Saturday I'd had in months. But Brianna? Oh, she had different plans. She showed up at the venue, in her dress, with a photographer. See, she couldn't get any refunds, but the venue was still technically booked. So she decided to have her wedding anyway. Alone. She did a full photo shoot, walking down the aisle, fake cutting the cake, first dance with an invisible groom, the works. The venue staff were so uncomfortable they called Raymond. He showed up and lost his shit. I got a play-by-play from the catering manager who's friends with my buddy. You're embarrassing yourself and our family. I deserve my special day. He stole it from me. He stole it? You couldn't keep your tongue in your mouth for 9 days. She apparently screamed that he never supported her happiness, and this was her truth. Raymond left, but not before telling the venue staff to box up all the food and donate it to the homeless shelter. At least someone benefited. The photographer, who hadn't been paid up front, she assumed Daddy would handle it, left halfway through when he realized no one was paying him. But not before posting some shots on his Instagram with the caption, "Weirdest gig ever. Bride, no groom, still wanted couples photos, I can't make this up." Those went viral too. Brianna holding her own hand, Brianna slow dancing alone, Brianna toasting to nobody. It was tragic and hilarious simultaneously. Court date for the B&E charge was last week. She pled down to attempted trespassing and got 100 hours community service, $2,500 fine. Restraining order keeping her 500 feet away from me and my residence. Her lawyer tried arguing she was having a mental health crisis brought on by public humiliation. Judge wasn't buying it. Your client attempted to break into someone's home with a crowbar. Mental health isn't a free pass for criminal behavior. Trent's wife also got a restraining order. Turns out Brianna had started driving by their house at night. Trent finally came clean to his wife about everything. It wasn't just that one night. They'd hooked up twice before the bachelorette party. Once in his car, once at a motel. The motel had receipts, paid for with a credit card, Brianna's credit card, the one her daddy paid for. Raymond found out when he was going through statements to cancel everything. That was the final straw. Raymond and Denise are getting divorced. 31 years of marriage, done. Denise blamed him for abandoning their daughter. Raymond blamed her for creating a monster. Brianna's now living with her friend Jackie, working at a makeup store. She got fired from her marketing job after the wedding dress work stunt. And according to mutual friends, telling everyone I abused her and ruined her life over nothing. Last week, I got a text from an unknown number. "I'm sorry for everything. I know you'll never forgive me, but I wanted you to know I'm in therapy now. I realize I have a lot of issues to work through. I hope you find happiness." I didn't respond, but I did forward it to my lawyer, just in case. Plot twist though. Madison, one of the bridesmaids, reached out last week, not for Brianna, but to apologize for that hallway ambush. We grabbed coffee. Turns out she'd been questioning their friendship for months. Brianna had apparently hooked up with Madison's ex while they were still together 2 years ago and gaslit her about it. We're not dating or anything, but we've hung out a few times. She's actually cool when she's not enabling Brianna's BS. She showed me texts from their group chat the night of the bachelorette. She was the only one saying, maybe don't post these pics, while the others encouraged it. The local news thing? They did one final segment, a "Where Are They Now" piece. They interviewed me this time. I kept it simple. I saw my fiancée cheating, ended the relationship, and moved on. Everything else was her choice. They asked if I had any regrets. Yeah, not seeing the red flags sooner. Like when she made out with a stranger at her sister's wedding and called it testing the waters. Should have run then. The reporter's face was priceless. That didn't make the final cut. As for me, life's good. Got a promotion at work. Turns out being the guy who dodged the crazy bride makes you a legend at the office. Moved to a better apartment. No memories there. Started rock climbing again. Brianna hated it, said it was too dangerous. Even got a dog. A rescue pit bull named Diesel. Brianna was allergic. She wasn't, just didn't like dogs. The best part? Running into Raymond at a coffee shop last week. He bought my coffee and said, "You know, I was planning to give you both a house as a wedding gift. Dodged that bullet too, didn't you?" We actually laughed about it. To everyone asking if I think Brianna learned anything, nah. People like that don't learn, they just find new people to blame. Last I heard, she was dating some gym bro who thinks her ex, me, was intimidated by her free spirit. Good luck with that, gym bro. You're gonna need it. Oh, and Trent? His wife divorced him. He's living in his brother's garage, paying alimony, and Brianna won't return his texts anymore. Karma's beautiful sometimes. Thanks for following this insane journey. Gonna go live my best life now with my dog, my sanity, and my tongue staying in my own mouth where it belongs. Peace out. Edit. Since some of you asked, yes, I kept the ring. Sold it and bought a sick gaming setup. Brianna can die mad about it. Edit 2. For those saying this is fake, I wish it was. My life would have been way less chaotic. But hey, believe what you want. I'm just glad it's over. Edit 3. Just found out through the grapevine that Brianna tried to sue the news station for defamation because their follow-up coverage ruined her reputation. They countersued for filing a frivolous lawsuit. She now owes them legal fees. You literally cannot make this up.